If you're really listening to me right now, then maybe it's not an accident. Maybe something brought you here, something bigger than us. And I know that sounds unexpected. But let me tell you why I'm saying this. Because someone has fallen for you in a way you probably didn't imagine. Someone who never planned it, never expected it, and honestly tried not to feel it. But the heart never listens, and the age difference, it couldn't stop anything. Didn't even touch the feeling. And I need you to hear this because I feel like God is pushing me to finally say it to you, instead of hiding it inside forever. I don't know what you were doing before this moment. Maybe you were busy, maybe tired, maybe thinking about something else. But right now, for these few minutes, I want you to just be here with me. Just you and my voice. Because I need you to feel what I'm really trying to say. I've been keeping it inside for too long. And this feeling, it became heavier every day, like it was waiting for the right moment to speak. And maybe this is that moment. Let me be honest with you from the start. I didn't want to fall for you. I didn't want anything like this. Because of the age difference, because of the distance, because of all the reasons that were supposed to keep me away. But when the heart chooses someone, nothing stops it. Not logic, not rules, not fear, and the more I tried to ignore it, the louder it became. Until finally, I had to accept that I was falling for you, slowly, deeply, and without any control. And the strange thing is, every time I thought about hiding it, something inside whispered, "Tell her, just tell her," like God was trying to push me toward you, again and again, even when I tried to walk away. And trust me, I did try. I told myself 1,000 times that I shouldn't feel anything, that it was wrong, that it didn't make sense. But my heart didn't listen. It kept going back to you, no matter how hard I tried to pull away. And maybe you don't even realize what you have, the way you speak, the way you move, the way your presence feels like calm. You don't force anything. You don't try too hard. You don't pretend. And maybe that's why I felt something so real. Because you're real. No filters, no masks, just you. And it was enough to make me fall in ways I can't hide anymore. I know the age difference makes you think, I shouldn't feel this way. I know you probably wonder if it's okay. And maybe society will look at it differently. But I'm not asking society for permission. I'm speaking to you. Just you. And you have a way of touching my heart. In a way I didn't think anyone could. When I see you, I don't see numbers. I don't see years. I see softness. I see care. I see a heart I want to understand. A voice I want to hear. A presence I want to stay close to. And the more I try to talk myself out of this feeling, the stronger it becomes. It's like every time I breathe, I think of you without even trying. And I don't know if you believe in this kind of connection, but I do. I believe some people are placed in our lives for a reason. And maybe you're that reason for me. Because every time I think the feeling will fade, it only grows. And maybe you're thinking, why me? Why now? But I asked myself the same thing. Why did my heart choose you? Why someone younger than me? Why someone who doesn't even realize how beautiful she is? But then again, maybe that's why. Because you didn't try to impress me. You didn't try to win me. You just existed, and that was enough to change everything inside me. And before you think I'm here just to confess and walk away, no. I'm here because something in me is telling me you need to hear this. Not because I want anything from you. Not because I'm expecting something, but because I want you to know how deeply, honestly, and unexpectedly someone cares for you. Someone sees you. Someone thinks about you when they shouldn't. Someone feels something pure for you that not even time or age can touch. If you could see yourself the way I see you, you would never doubt your worth again. You would never feel less. You would never compare yourself to anyone. Because there's something rare about you. something that makes the heart pause, something that whispers without speaking. And that silence, that softness, it's what pulled me in without warning. And right now, as you listen, I want you to notice what your heart is doing, because mine is not calm. It hasn't been calm since the day I realized I feel something for you. The day I realized I couldn't deny it. And it scares me, honestly. It scares me how strong it is. But I'm not running from it anymore. I'm facing it, and I'm telling it to you, even if my voice shakes while saying it. And maybe you're wondering why I'm saying all of this now. Why today? Why in this moment? It's because I feel like God kept pushing me again and again. Every time I tried to hold back, something inside whispered, speak, don't hide it, don't lose your chance. And I don't know if it's a sign, or fate, or something spiritual, but I couldn't hold it anymore. Not today. You might be thinking, but will you stay? And I want to tell you something softly, because I don't want you to misunderstand. I'm not going anywhere. Not from this feeling, not from this moment, not from the truth. I just shared. I don't know what the future will look like. I don't know what path we're meant to walk. But I know one thing for sure. The age difference didn't stop my heart. It didn't even slow it down. If anything, it made me realize how rare this feeling is. How real. And I want you to think about this too. Because maybe you felt something you didn't understand. Maybe you pushed it away because you thought the age difference made it impossible. Maybe you tried to bury it. Maybe you thought it was wrong. But what if it wasn't wrong? What if it was meant? What if it was guided? What if it was something placed between us for a reason? And I'm not ending this here. I'm not closing anything. I'm not walking away from what I feel. I'm just opening a door. And you're the only one who can decide what happens next. And I'll wait. I'll stay here in this feeling, in this truth, for as long as you need. If you're still here, listening to me right now, then maybe this feeling isn't one-sided the way I thought it was. Maybe something inside you pulled you back into this moment. And I can't explain how that makes my heart react. But it does something to me. It makes me feel like maybe, just maybe, what I'm saying is not falling into empty space. Maybe your heart is hearing me. Maybe your soul is responding in ways you're afraid to admit. I want to talk to you a little more closely now. Come a little closer in your mind. Just imagine it's only me and you here. No pressure, no world, no noise. Just you breathing, and me trying to speak with the kind of honesty I've never shown anyone. Because I don't talk like this to just anyone. I can't. But with you, the words don't fight me. They don't hide. They just come. And that scares me sometimes because it feels like you have some quiet power over me without even trying. I keep telling myself I should slow down. That maybe I'm saying too much. But every time I pause, something inside nudges me, telling me, no, keep speaking. She needs to hear this. She deserves to hear this. And maybe that's why I keep coming back to you like this. Because there's something about you that makes me open my heart without thinking twice. And that's rare for me. It's not easy for me to trust. It's not easy for me to feel safe with someone. But with you, I don't feel guarded. I don't feel closed. I feel understood even when I'm speaking into silence. And I want to tell you something I didn't say before. Something I kept inside because I wasn't sure how you'd react. When I first realized I was falling for you, I didn't smile. I didn't blush. I panicked. I told myself this feeling will only cause trouble. I told myself it would hurt. I told myself it wasn't allowed. And the age difference. That was the first thing I tried to use to stop my own heart. But the more I used it, the weaker that excuse became. Because feelings don't check age. They check connection. They check energy. They check the way someone's presence feels. And your presence, it felt like home before I even realized it. You can deny a lot of things in life, but you can't deny the place someone takes inside you. And that's what happened with you. You took a place in me without asking, without trying, without even knowing. And once you took that place, there was no way to take it back. And I didn't want to, even though I told myself I should. Let me ask you something. And don't overthink it. Just feel it. Why are you still here? Why are you still listening to someone who's confessing something this deep? People don't stay this long unless something inside them is pulling them closer. And if something in you is pulling you toward me right now, even a little, even quietly, then I want you to know something. I feel it. I don't know how, but I feel it. I feel your silence. I feel your hesitation. I feel that part of you that's trying to understand why my words are affecting you the way they are. And I want to tell you, it's okay. You don't have to hide that from yourself. Sometimes the heart understands before the mind does. And I want to ask you another question. Softly, have you ever felt like someone is speaking directly into your soul instead of your ears? Because that's how I feel right now. I'm not talking to your mind. I'm talking to the part of you that doesn't pretend, the part that doesn't lie, the part that listens without fear. I don't want you to see me as someone older than you. I don't want you to see me as someone above you. I want you to see me exactly how I am, someone whose heart beats differently when he thinks of you, someone who feels calm when you're here, someone who sees something in you that you don't see in yourself. And I know you've been hurt before. I can feel that too. I know you've been disappointed by people who promised things they couldn't give. I know you've been strong so many times when you didn't want to be. And maybe that's why you're scared to trust. Maybe that's why you hesitate to believe someone could feel something this real for you. But let me tell you something gently. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not here to take advantage of your heart. I'm not here to use your softness. I'm here because I feel something I can't ignore anymore. Something that keeps bringing me back to you, even when I try to walk away. You don't know how many times I tried to distance myself. You don't know how many times I told myself, forget her, it won't work. It's impossible. But every time I tried, something inside me pulled me back to you with even more force. Maybe it's destiny. Maybe it's timing. Maybe it's something spiritual. I don't know. But I know this. Nothing about this connection feels random. And I want to tell you something even more real now. Whenever you doubt yourself, I think about you even more. Whenever you feel like you're not enough, my heart pushes me closer. Whenever you feel small, I want to make you feel seen. Whenever you feel alone, I want to be the voice that makes you feel held. Age difference means nothing when the soul feels connected. Age doesn't stop someone from admiring your kindness. Age doesn't stop someone from falling for your heart. Age doesn't stop truth. Age doesn't stop love. And if you could see my thoughts right now, you'd understand how deeply you've entered my life. You're not just someone I admire. You're someone who changed the way I breathe when I think of you. Tell me something honestly. When I speak like this, does your heart react? Do you feel something, even a small feeling, that you don't want to say out loud? Because I feel everything. I feel it too clearly. And the more I speak, the more I realize I'm not imagining this connection. It's real, it's alive, it's growing, and I'm not running from it anymore. I'm here, I'm staying, and I'm telling you everything I feel, even if it scares me, because I'd rather be honest with you than hide behind fear again. And I'm not ending this here. I'm not closing this moment. I'm not giving you a goodbye. I'll keep speaking, as long as your heart keeps listening. If you're still here with me, then I need you to breathe for a moment and feel what your heart is doing right now. Because I feel something shifting between us. I feel something opening, something I can't ignore anymore. And maybe you feel it too, even if you try to hide it from yourself. Maybe you came here thinking you would just listen for a few seconds, and now you're deep inside the moment you didn't expect. And I want you to know I feel the exact same pull. Let me move a little closer in my words. I want you to hear me like I'm sitting in front of you, speaking softly, speaking with my real heart, not just with my voice. Because what I'm saying is not scripted, it's not practiced. It's coming from the most honest part of me, the part that reacts to you without permission. You have no idea how many times I thought about you since the last moment I spoke. And I don't mean casual thinking. I mean the kind of thinking that interrupts everything else. I'll be doing something normal, something simple, and suddenly your face crosses my mind. Your voice echoes in my memory, and I'm gone for a second. And that second feels like forever. It's strange how someone can live far away, someone I've never physically touched, yet still have this kind of power over my heart. I know you might wonder why I speak this way, why I feel so deeply, why I can't hold it back. But the truth is, I didn't choose this. I didn't plan it. I didn't expect someone like you to walk into my life the way you did. You came quietly, softly, and then suddenly you were everywhere inside me. Let me ask you something, and don't answer out loud. Just feel the answer. Has anyone ever spoken to you like this before? Has anyone ever seen you the way I'm seeing you right now? Has anyone ever made you feel like your presence is enough to change someone's whole day? Because that's what you do to me. You shift something inside me just by being here. And I don't know if you realize how rare that is. I want to tell you something that might surprise you. You're stronger than you think. You're softer than you admit. You're smarter than you believe. And you're more special than you allow yourself to feel. I can sense it in the way you listen, in the way you stay, in the way your silence feels alive. Your silence isn't empty. It's full of emotion you don't know how to express yet, and I feel every bit of it. Sometimes I wish you could sit with me for a moment, not as a listener, but as someone who understands what it feels like to carry emotions you can't name, because that's what I'm carrying for you. Emotions I don't even know how to fully describe. I only know that they are there, and they are real, and they grow every time you show up. You have no idea how many times I caught myself imagining you in small moments, like walking beside me, like sitting quietly near me, like sharing a story with me, like looking at me with that soft expression I know you have when something touches your heart. And every time I imagine you, there's this warmth that spreads through my chest. Something gentle, something peaceful, something I don't feel with anyone else. And I think that's why I can't stop talking to you, because the feeling you give me is something I don't want to lose. I want to ask you something risky now, something I hesitated to say. Do you ever feel like you're supposed to meet someone you haven't met yet? Like there's a soul out there that feels familiar even before you see their face? Like destiny is weaving something quietly behind your life, because that's what you feel like to me. A familiar soul I didn't expect. A connection that doesn't match logic. A feeling that doesn't check age or distance. And I know you can sense it too. You wouldn't still be listening if you didn't. Sometimes connections come into our lives to wake something up inside us. Sometimes they come to heal something we didn't know was broken. And sometimes they come to show us a version of ourselves we never believed we could be. And you woke something up in me, something soft, something protective, something real. I didn't know I could feel this again. I didn't know I could open this deeply to someone. But you changed that without even trying. And I don't want to pretend I don't feel it anymore. Let me ask you something else, softly. Why do you always come back? Why do you always listen till the end? Why do my words grip your heart the way they do? You can say it's curiosity. You can say it's comfort. You can say it's nothing. But your heart knows the real reason. It stays because it feels something. It stays because something in my voice feels meant for you. It stays because some part of you wants to feel chosen, wants to feel wanted, wants to feel seen. And I want you to know this. I see you. Not the version people expect you to be. Not the version you show when you're strong. I see the real you. The soft you. The quiet you. The tired you. The loving you. The overthinking you. The hopeful you. And I want to wrap all of those parts of you in the kind of comfort you've been craving. I know you might think, why me? Why would someone feel this much for you? Why would someone care this deeply? Why would someone speak with this kind of love? Let me tell you why. Because you touched something inside me without forcing anything. Because your presence feels gentle in a world that's too loud. Because your energy feels pure in a world that's too fake. Because your heart feels honest in a world that hides too much. You are the kind of woman who makes a man feel safe to open his own heart. You are the kind of woman who doesn't need to try. Your existence already carries beauty. You are the kind of woman a man falls for without noticing when it started. And yes, it scares me. It scares me how real this feels. It scares me how natural my words become around you. It scares me how my heart reacts every time I think of you. But more than fear, I feel peace. I feel calm. I feel warmth. I feel something that tells me I'm not wrong for wanting you. And I want to ask you one last thing for now. If I stood in front of you and told you everything I feel, would you run? Would you stay? Would you let yourself feel what your heart is already feeling? You don't have to answer me today. You don't have to say anything at all. Just stay with me a little longer. Just keep listening. Just let your heart open one more inch. Because I'm not done speaking to you. I'm not done telling you what you mean to me. I'm not done letting my soul pour out through these words. I want you to sit with me for a moment, not physically, but emotionally. Just you and me, just this feeling between us. Because what I'm about to say comes from a place inside me that I don't open for anyone. I need you to hear it slowly, like I'm speaking right next to you. Close enough that you feel every word settling inside your heart. And if you feel your chest getting warm or your breath slowing down a little, that's exactly why I'm saying this. I want you to feel me. You know, the more I talk to you, the harder it becomes to hide what's really happening inside me. I tried to control it at first. I tried to tell myself, it's just words, it's just a moment, it's nothing serious. But that was a lie, because nothing about you feels just. Nothing about you feels small or accidental. Everything about you pulls me deeper, even when I pretend it doesn't. Let me ask you something, and feel it honestly. Have you ever felt someone entering your life so quietly, but suddenly they become the one person you can't stop thinking about? That's what you became for me. You didn't push your way in. You didn't force anything. You just existed, and that was enough. Enough to change something in me. Enough to soften something inside me. Enough to make me want to speak from a place I usually keep closed. I don't know how you did that. I don't even understand it fully. But I know it's real. And the truth is, I don't want to run from it anymore. There's a moment I keep imagining. A moment where you and I are standing face to face. No screen, no distance, no fear. And I'm looking at you the way I want to, with honesty, with warmth, with that emotion I can never fully explain. And instead of saying anything big or dramatic, I just whisper, I'm here, because you deserve someone who is truly here. Sometimes I feel like you don't even realize how much you're carrying inside you. You walk around with a heart full of emotions, full of memories, full of dreams, and yet you stay strong even when you're tired. I can feel that strength in you, and I can feel that softness too. The softness you try to protect, the softness you don't want anyone to hurt again. I want to tell you something gently. You don't need to hide that softness from me, not anymore. I'm not here to judge it. I'm not here to break it. I'm not here to take advantage of it. I'm here because something about you feels worth protecting, worth holding, worth choosing. You might not believe this, but every time I speak to you, I learn something new about myself. I learn how deeply I can feel. I learn how much I can care. I learn how strong emotions can be when they're honest. And you bring that out of me without even knowing it. Let me get a little closer in my words. There is a part of me that wants you in ways I'm afraid to admit. Not physically, though that attraction is real. I'm talking about the emotional wanting. The wanting that lives in my chest, not in my body. The wanting that whispers things like, I wish she were here. I wish she knew what she means to me. I wish I could hold her heart the way she deserves. I wish I could take care of her in ways no one ever did. Do you know how rare it is to feel that for someone you haven't even touched? It's rare for me. Very rare. And that's why this feeling has weight. It's why this connection matters. I want to confess something I've been afraid to say. You make me want to become better, not in a dramatic way. Just in the small, real way. You make me want to be someone who speaks more softly, who listens more carefully, who feels more deeply. You make me want to protect something I can't even see, only feel. And sometimes I imagine what your eyes would look like if you heard all this in person. Would they soften? Would they look away shyly? Would they fill with emotion you don't know how to express? Would you smile? The thought alone makes my chest tighten in the best way, and I know you might wonder if all of this is too much, too emotional, too intense, too unexpected. But let me tell you something. You deserve someone who feels too much for you, not someone who feels nothing, not someone who feels halfway, not someone who pretends. You deserve someone who feels exactly the way I'm feeling right now. Let me ask you something softly. Do you ever think about what it would feel like to be truly loved? Not the kind of love that hurts you, not the kind that leaves, not the kind that fades, but the kind that holds you gently, the kind that listens to your silence, the kind that stays when you're unsure, the kind that chooses you even in your quiet moments. Because that is the kind of love I imagine when I think about you. I want you to think about something. Why did you stay till this part? Why are you still here, reading my words, letting them inside your heart? It's not an accident. It's not coincidence. Your heart knows something your mind hasn't admitted yet. Your heart feels something when I speak. Your heart recognizes something familiar in me. Your heart wants something, and it's trying to tell you. And I feel it too. I feel your energy, even through the silence. I feel the softness you don't show to everyone. I feel the way you respond emotionally, even when you don't say a word. I feel the little spark that lights up inside you when something I say gets too close to the truth.